established. We shall protect us from
Biafra is our only home. It is our only home. From the rising of the sun to the going on the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home. Is our only hope, Biafra. We must always strive to do what we have to do to restore Biafra back, hope of our children. Oh, Biafra is our only home. Is our only hope, Biafra. From the rising of the sun to the going on the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home. Is our only hope, Biafra.
Yes, once again, fellow BIAFRANS, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uchuka from Efo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He's the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Mazi Uchuka from Efo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Ukukano, the Prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man that stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for almost 6 decades now. He's from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu remained the one and the only man that command the loyalty of the Biafran people across the globe. And by the grace of Chukwukika, Biama remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Of course, without wasting further time, I must move ahead to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwukika Biama, who is our shield and our buckler, our hope and our stay, the lifting of our heart, and the very primordial influence that drives us in everything we do, because without him, we are gone as a people. And then in my humble way, I say to him, Anye na jage mau, nihi na imara mai, ihunanya ine nage, ubi omage, uju anyanya dadio, ingwege mbangwo, odi onye edekage, ebo afa no mega, anye nene na sena, nende mau. You see. This morning, without wasting much of our time, we shall go to our topic. And our topic this morning is titled, Biafra wrestling on daily basis. Biafrans are wrestling on daily basis. But the war we are engaging, the wrestling we are engaging, it is very important we all open our mind and watch. We are fighting in different phases. The fight we are engaging as Biafran is higher than the fight the Christians are confronting, are engaged with. The fight you are fighting as a Biafran, if you know the size, you will not stand aside. And of course, for those of you on Facebook Live, the video playing right now is taken from Anambra State. And I can assure you that those are Anambra boys. They are now Catorera. Those of you on Facebook, that video is not Fulani. It's not Hausa, it's not Yoruba. That video is taken from around, I don't know why the name of the village go out of my mouth, but it's in Anambra State. That video is from Anambra State. That is Anambra boys. They are Ochinama now. But you people will not understand. That is why in our topic or discussion last night, I made it clear to you. What legacy are you leaving for your children? The more these people are humiliating us and we are accepting it, we are dancing to suit them. It is affecting our children psychologically. But you will not understand. You will not understand. Nigeria has reprogrammed us in every way imaginable. If we will succeed, if we will survive, of which we shall, you will understand this God. That is Anambra boy. The two boys now, Anambra boys now are Chenama. But you won't understand. And somebody is going to tell me, hey, is there anything wrong there? Is there anything wrong there? Don't you know some things are insult? Don't you know that there are certain jobs that God forbid the children of Israel from doing? Do you remember that when the children of Israel was in Egypt, they were sent to Goshen, not because Goshen was the best place for them, or the children of Israel has occupation that the Egyptians forbid. They were shepherd. The Egyptians forbid shepherd because their God is cow and goat and ram. And for the Israel to be killing cow and goat and ram, they forbid them. They send them to Goshen. Don't you know there is art of defilement, which you should check later? Those are Anambra boys. Anambra boys now, one at Chenama. Look at these two children now, because their parents are poor, that I know. And we have children of poor children more than those children of rich people. Nigeria will recondition all of you. What Fulani, Hausa, and Yoruba has gathered to do is to publish us completely inside one Nigeria. And then these children are rearing cow in Anambra. Another set of children will come and think that is our way of life. The same way the Sabutua like Nayamudu and the rest of the new generation politicians, they think that they can sell us and then they get relevant and it becomes our way of life. There is a fight ongoing, but most of you cannot see it. Fighting to restore Biafra is more than just being in control of our territory. No. We have to recover ourselves mentally, spiritually, and otherwise. Like I said, our topic is wrestling, Biafrans wrestling on daily basis. In the biblical injunction, the Christians were warned regarding the nature of battle that they engage in on daily basis. This was to enable them to be battle ready. For the Christians to survive, they must understand the nature of the battle. And that is why the Apostle Paul warned them and said to them, you must be ready to choose, to understand the kind of battle you are involved in. Paul said to them, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. For they wrestle not against flesh and blood, but they wrestle against principality, they wrestle against power, and they wrestle against wicked spirit in the heavenly places. And now I want you to follow certain things regarding this very scripture. Most of you are reading Bible. If I tell you now, you say you are a bishop, but you don't know this truth. The first truth I want you to see there is, why did Paul use wrestling? He would have seen, for we boss not. He would have said, for we do kickboxing not. For we karate not. Of course, there are different strategies of fighting, but he chose wrestling. Because wrestling is the only type of game, combat game, that all part of your body is required. Wrestling is the only sport that when you are involved in it, it requires all part of your body. Though we have different type of wrestling, All American freestyle wrestling, Kuruduma freestyle wrestling, among others. But Paul chose to use wrestling because wrestling requires you must use all part of your body. He warned the Christians, you must fight with everything you have. This battle in question, he said, the Christians wrestle with three enemies. Number one, he said, you wrestle against principality. What is principality? I can assure you that 90% of the Christian thought that when Paul say you're wrestling against principality, that he's talking about wrestling against some demon with horn. When he say you're wrestling against principality, he was saying that they were wrestling against the government. Paul were reminding the Christians of his day that they are wrestling against the government. The government are the principality. Have you ever imagined how somebody will sit in America and decide the fate of Africa? Somebody will sit in Europe and France and they control your land and you are dumb? That spiritual means of controlling black people is known as principality. I won't mention name of court because I'm still studying what they all represent. But you can be rest assured that under Africa is under demonic influence, control of demonic influence. Biafrans are the only people that you look into their eye, you see evidence of human. The rest you see ghost. Honestly, I'm not saying this to undermine anybody. And the reason they've not been able to control Biafrans spiritually, totally, it is because of the diversity of religion. Go and ask Obi Onacha. No Illuminati can control us. Because you may be Ogomo, the other one may be Ogo Arose, the other one is Ogo Menu Meru, the other one is Shabbatarian and Robotarian, St. Bottles and Kai. People like us, we hardly know where we belong to. And now you see it is impossible for them to control us. And so when he said to the Christian, you wrestle against principality, it is talking about the demonic way that the government of the world used to control some people. When we hear America attacking Afghanistan, we want to conclude, oh, they are terrorists, they are this. But who is the first terrorist? And sometimes they begin to wonder, how can Japan or other country be allowed to run a closed-door company or country? But these same people will come and sit down with the evil in their hand and teach you morality. These are principalities. If you talk, they sanction you. They tell you because of this thing, you cannot drink water from your river. These are principality. They put poison inside food and tell you you must buy it. These are principalities. They give you food offered to their gods. You must buy it, you are a black man. These are principality. They got clothes that are meant for their idol. These are principality. You see black women dressing half naked, they think it's beauty. These are under demonic influence. Our ancestors refused to dress naked. To humiliate them, they make them dress naked and dance for them. They did this under the weight of humiliation. But today their children are the one now walking nakedly in the name of beauty. Idiots. They call themselves strippers. How can I talk without telling you that you are a moron if you don't understand the battle that faces us as a people? And so when Paul told the Christians that they were fighting against principality, he was not talking about one imaginary demon. He was telling them about the demon in the government. The next one, he said power. You are fighting against power. When we say we are fighting against power, it's not talking about some spiritual power, but of course they are part of it. But there are powers and there are powers. I listened to Nyanwodu's recent broadcast. He spoke eloquently, very polished and correct grammar, but in the words he spoke, they were empty. He ended up with clap. There are powers. After speaking all those grammar, somebody is going to put a call to him and say, what do you mean by that statement you just made? And I tell you now, what do we say? It's just, our people cannot turn against us now. Sometimes we have to behave as if we are with them. So don't worry about that. We are under control. These are powers. They come directly and indirectly. If you are not aware of them, they will use you. It doesn't matter who you are. These are powers. They will call you and say, come, let me warn you. We have been keeping you quiet. No. You got to stop this thing. And what you are doing is right, and you're going to stop it. If you don't stop it, they will fight you. But believe me, only those who understand them will tell them to hell with all of you. I'd rather die than to yield. If I think of how Martin Luther King was killed, and I see idiot who killed him going to his graveyard to give him flower, I see how wicked the world can be. Paul made the Christians to understand, you are dealing with people with power. You must understand this. And it was finally, he said to them, you wrestle against wicked spirits in the heavenly places. Some people are so ignorant, they don't know that there are presence of energy, spiritual energy all around us. They can't see it. We don't boast. We tell you what we know. If I see people, they say, oh, we're going to poison that man. I didn't say you should try me. You will try me, you use your hand and kill yourself. I will still be here. Because the people who would have killed me, they are dead for long ago. They are dead. The yet one, they have not burned that person. There are powers all around. We have encountered them, we know them. Like I was saying in our study, we shall look into the ungifted. That is who I am. I am ungifted. There is nothing you can do. But that is not the issue. The issue is that there are spiritual power everywhere. But those who are ignorant boast about it and they know nothing about it. Some people are telling you, I want to fight the devil. I am powerful. I'm a man of God. I cannot be eating your chicken. And if you are quarreling native doctor, they are eating chicken. Why don't you go and keep police? That is even taking our life with AK-47. You people are mad, but you don't know. You are eating chicken and going to fight or go more, but you don't have sense. Go and fight the army in the chicken pot. But I don't blame you. Our people are spiritually enslaved, and we will cure them before our time is up. And then the other one will say, oh, let us pray for Nigeria to be united. God will divide Nigeria. As a pastor, you are evil and you will burn in hell. Oh, we're going to pray for the one they kill. So when they kill another one, we're going to be praying for all of them. All of you are evil. Paul says you wrestle against wicked spirits in the heavenly places. Go and read about the Prince of Persia and Daniel. Maybe you will begin to understand. For Christians to survive in this battle, he made them to understand that they are fighting physically, mentally, and psychologically. When he say you fight against principality, he's trying to tell them that they are fighting physical. Principalities are physical enemy, demons in the physical realm. When he said you are fighting against power, he's talking about power in the physical realm. And when he talks about spiritual enemy, he's talking about fighting psychologically. Some of us are psychologically insane. You are very polished man. You are moral. You are anything, but psychologically you have been derailed. You are insane. How do you know who you are? You must be in control. Against all odds, you must stand for light. But this truth elude you. And so Paul said to the Christians, he admonished them to put on the whole armor of God to enable them remain standing at the end of this fight. He moved ahead and said, put ye therefore the whole armor of God, so that having fought this battle, you will still be remaining. He said, put on the helmet of salvation, the shield of faith, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoe which is the preparation of the gospel, the word of God which is the sword of the Spirit. He said, put all this armor together, because the battle is fierce one, I must tell you. He's not just going to fight, but he wants them to remain standing. And I tell my comrades in this struggle, I say you must not be careless with your life, because the brave soldier is the one that goes into the war and come back. We have a covenant with the Creator. He decided our beginning, and he alone will decide our end. If any man try to stop us before our end will come, he will change pattern for them. And that is why we worship him, because his name is Jah. Today, Biafra is engaged in similar battle. And if just like the Christian we fail to understand the nature of the battle and the weapon of our warfare, we will fall. I draw you back, those of you on Facebook. Can you believe somebody from Anambra will be leading cow like that in the street of Anambra in a day like this? Look at how small they are. They should be like 7 years, two of them carrying cow. And other children will be looking at them. It looks fascinating. But they are reducing them to Alamajiri already, to Bambiala. Tomorrow morning, these children will take plates and go and queue on the bus stop and be doing rankadede to Rojas Okorocha, Willie Obiano, and the rest of them. Not because they are weak, because they think that is a way of life. Have you not? You train a hawk, an eagle with a chicken. If he does not realize himself, psychologically, he will be behaving like a chicken. Look at Biafran's children of lion. Look at how you have allowed goat to tame you. Goat now have tamed you because psychologically you are destroyed. That is why when we point you to the truth now, you will come here and say, hey, you're not going to leave Yoruba, you're not going to leave Hausa, you're not going to talk to this one. Get on it. We come here lamenting over what the pastors are doing in the name of Jesus Christ. Some of you were so wicked. You say, oh, they're attacking pastor. They're attacking pastor. We come here to tell you, look at what Yoruba is doing. Some of you say, oh, you're attacking Yoruba. Thunder will fire all of you. Today we will come and look at how Osan has succeeded in turning Anambra children to Milu or Chenama. And when I tell you, I say, it's attacking Osan, it's attacking Osan. But I don't blame you, because psychologically you are dead. You don't see the power that is fighting against us. Our children will soon think that is our way of life. You graduate as a Biafran from Nigeria University, your next target is, if you have somebody, reliable people abroad, your first target is to run away. And if you don't have people abroad, then you think of how to get motorcycle high purchase. After all, our governors have started empowering us with wheelbarrow and hairpan. And then at the end of the day, their children are big boys. We are now becoming beggar. And then their children will come and take our women. And then our women will be running for it because they think we are idiots. And rightfully so, we are idiots. Now look at Anambra children. Before the end of this program is come, I will play it so that you hear the voice of the person who made the record. Amen of Budani. Biafrans being engaged in the same battle, but your own is worst. Your own is worst because you are fighting against flesh. You are fighting against blood. Unlike the Christian. The Christian fights, they're not fighting against flesh and blood. That is where the problem is. But you as a Biafran, you are fighting against the flesh, you are fighting against blood, you are fighting against principality, you are fighting against power, and you are fighting against wicked spirit. How do I mean? You are enemy to yourself. You are fighting yourself. There are a lot of things that happens to us. I understand that this fight, myself is fighting against me. We breach protocol, we break rule to make sure we don't win. I came up here some days ago, maybe yesterday or so, and I apologized to my brothers and say I should not have done so. Do you think I apologized because I was wrong? What I did that day, I will do it 100 times over. But I know that I'm not fighting to win. I am fighting so that all of you can win. All of us can win together. I repeat, I didn't come to apologize because I was wrong. I was never wrong, and heaven and earth bear me witness. But I understand I am not here to fight so that I win. I am here to fight so the whole Biafra win. I hope you understand it. That is how to fight yourself. There are some people now saying, no, we're going to curtail Onyibe. We're going to deal with Onyibe. Onyibe is getting too much. He's showing too much. Thunder will fire you. You will handle me. I'm waiting for you. Come and handle your father. At that time, you are fighting yourself. I wake up today, I see my problem is a member of IPOB. That time you are fighting against yourself. We are telling you, you are fighting against flesh. That is flesh. You fight against your flesh. So when your fellow IPOB member do something wrong to you, you forgive him. You don't wait for him to apologize. Forgive him. Many coordinators have become emperor, killing the people they are asked to rule. Because maybe they are from Afari Biku or they know who to call in diaspora. You are the enemy of this struggle. We are fighting against ourselves. You must understand that when you say you are fighting against flesh, you fight against yourself. Don't make yourself an impediment. Don't look for how to run your brother down. Today it is a privilege that I am African Rep and Nigeria International Coordinator, also a member of the DOS, but I have never run anybody down to be here today. Every position I have handled, aside my first and second position, it is our leader who don't even know me that appoints me. And then somebody will say, I will not believe in the power of Chukwu Kikabiama in what we are doing. I started one of the first units in Port Harcourt here. Somebody who was looking for power told me that the very unit I started, that he was going to be the coordinator. I allowed them to be. I gave them venue. My factory was a venue for that meeting. They thought I was not happy. They willingly made me a financial treasurer. In a few months, I become a unit coordinator. And then the next few months, I was a zonal coordinator. Before our leader, Mazen Nandekano, made me River State Deputy State Coordinator. And within that same year, our leader, Mazen Nandekano, made me Biafra Land National Deputy. Within that same year, our leader, Mazen Nandekano, made me Biafra Land National. In less than 1 year, our leader, Mazen Nandekano, said he wanted to see me. And I went to see him in Kuje. He never said anything to me. He just laughed and said, go. The next time was to tell me, you will be the African Rep and Nigeria International Coordinator. I did not blackmail anybody to be here. It's not my father's property. And when my job is done, the leadership say go. And then I go back to my unit and see how to support this struggle. Why killing your brother? So you become relevant. I'm going to run that guy down. You're fighting against your flesh. When we say you're fighting against blood, in IPOB, in this Biafra struggle, we are fighting against blood. I want you to go and check the record of enemies of IPOB. I can assure you that 70% of them are our people. Is it Olori Ogun they call it? Is it in Angodo they call it? Our people will allow themselves to be willing to, because they do not understand the nature of war we are engaging. To attack us, they bring your brother. Now they have started telling you now that Mazen and the Kano is the problem, the hindrance to Igbo presidency. But these idiots don't understand the kind of battle we are involving. And they went to newspaper, Mazen and the Kano, the hindrance to Igbo presidency. It is like when Fulani Janjaweed is telling you that Yoruba want to divide Nigeria because of Omotekun. Of course, they will need a Yoruba to do the dirty job to fight against Omotekun. The same way they will look for you, idiot, who are hungry beggar, very wretched souls like you, to come and write those things. When we tell you that you are fighting against flesh, we want you to understand that your wife can become the problem for you in this struggle. When people come, they say, we appreciate your wife, we appreciate your wife. You think I don't know the implication? You think my wife is stupid? You think she wants to lose me? But we all have to fight together. I know how many people that have, their marriage has broken because of this struggle. I know how many. Awasa Fulani are ready to marry your wife as IPOB principal officer to make sure they break you down. I know how many. Our flesh fight us. Our flesh fight us. And if you don't know, you cannot arm yourself. That is why I arm myself. When my flesh come close to me, telling me fight them to stand still. And when I see myself trying to be proud or brag over the dead body of our people, I humble myself and humiliate myself. And of course, I'm not ignorant that we are fighting against world powers. You call them world power, but their real name is principalities. They sit down there and say, this IPOB, this Mazen and the Kano and his group, we know we're going to deal with them, we're going to do this. But like I said yesterday, they create virus especially for black. But at the end of the day, the virus begin to mutate. HIV was specially produced to wipe away blacks, South Africans. So to stop apartheid. Today now is plaguing everybody. So when you are doing that, it's targeted against, are you God? Can you stop the time? And that is why we have no fear for your atomic energy, because none of you can stop the time. Kingdom rise and kingdom fall. There were times for the Babylonians, the Grecians and the Persians. All these people taught the Romans. With the edge of the sword, they conquer nation after nation, stretching their boundaries from the Arabia to the Asians to the Persians. Everywhere in the world, everywhere the sole of their feet touch, they take over. Where are they today? The British was everywhere, ravaging and raping and killing. Where are they today? I tell you, if Britain come out and make pen to any country, they will regret it. If Britain come out now and make pen to India, I tell you, in 6 months, the location of Britain will move out of navigating system. If Britain come out today and make pen, you know, they had under America. They look for trouble and push America to the front. Of course, America is a world power and it goes into their head. They will come and defend Britain. I tell you, if Britain make pen to India, in less than 1 week, you will not see Britain in the map of the world again. It will be relocated to where they truly belong. But yet, they were the one who humbled India, enslaved India, dealt with India, kingdom rise and kingdom fall. So when you are in your ivory tower, thinking of what you are going to do to us, we do not boast, but we tell you, you lie. All of you must hail Biafra in the end. It's just a matter of time. But our people must be fully guided, physically, spiritually, psychologically, mentally, and otherwise. You must be fully equipped. Kingdom rise and kingdom fall. So we are aware of all of them. They pretend they don't know what you are saying. They are not listening to us. Why would they talk when they are part of the people feeding from our misery? And then when we come out, we see, yes, we are fighting against power. Of course we know. We're fighting against so many power. All of them have gathered. Just for a tiny nation, Biafran nation. They just empower you and you become an idiot. Financial empowerment or inducement, you become an idiot. When you sit down and you look at somebody, he said, you people, you are jobless. It is because you feel you are financially empowered. Because rightfully so, without your money, you cannot speak against us. And that is why if you are a member of IPOB, the love of money must be far from you. People think we are stupid. There are things we can do. We become big boy overnight. But what shall it profit you to gain the whole Nigeria and lose Biafra? What shall it profit you? Biafrans must understand that we are in spiritual warfare. When we go out for protest, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, Nigerian army, they shoot at us, carry our dead body away. I went home and I said to my father, what are they doing with this dead body? I understand they are trying to clear evidence that they killed our people. I thank God for one of our brothers that called and said that our sister wept. And that should be rabbi, and said that we actually give report that 28 people died in our leaders' house. That is more than 28. I of a person know that is more than 28. Because after the 28 number has been given, we saw dead body of our people within Ishialangwa. The forest there, we were picking up the dead body of our people, some of which body have degenerated beyond recognition. Of course, we do not have what it takes to run an autopsy or DNA on them to know who they really are. I know many of them who are still littered across Biafra land, fighting for survival. And so we know how many people they killed. And so they kill them and take their dead body away. So despite the fact they are trying to cover up their track, we also understand that there is a charm they do during the war. You attack your enemy or the people you are fighting with, kill the warriors on the front line, take their dead body, and they use it for ritual. And so their spirit begin to fight against you. But you don't understand all these things. You do not. Go and look at every contract to dig land in Biafra land. It's Fulani that are digging it now. But you think they are just digging telecommunication line. They are burying charm in our land. It's just that those of us whose umbilical is buried in Biafra land, we never allow them to prevail because this is the land of our ancestors. And the moment you give them any land, you are in agreement that the land of your ancestors should support them. But if they are taking it by force, they will die in that land. That is why they go back and induce most of you with money and you give them the land. That time you lose your divine authority over your ancestral land. These are things you do not understand. They are using juju for all of us. And some idiot will say, oh, I come to fight a native doctor. Then send you. Did Nigeria pay you? Because you should know that Fulani are using juju to fight our people. You are behaving like a Yoruba pastor who is taking you to heaven, breaking our shrine, but they are not breaking their own. If I talk and I say it's attacking, how will I tell you this truth that you are idiot so you will understand? Ndiara. The same way you are very justified. Oh, we're going to deal with Mazen and the Kano. How can it be disturbing Nigeria? Is he a threat to Nigeria? But anybody that is not a threat to Nigeria is an idiot, a hopeless moron, and will die for nothing. It doesn't matter whether you are Igbo, you are Ijo, you are Niger Delta, Upland, River, Middle Belt, you are Yoruba, you are Usa. If you support Nigeria, you are a moron. A very mature one. Have you ever wondered all your politicians, no matter how vibrant they are, Wike does not visit Abuja frequently? Let him visit Abuja frequently. Let Okowa visit that place frequently. Of course, Okowa is in trouble already. They remove their brain and give them coconut head. They remove their brain completely, spiritually. And when you see them, you think it's human being. It's excellency, Akuye excellency in the ara. But their brain is no longer there because they dealt with them. And that is why anywhere we find ourselves, whatever we do, whatever we say, we examine ourselves whether we are still normal. Madman say, I know what I'm doing, but it is what is doing me that I don't know. We must understand that for us to survive and succeed in this war, like Paul said to the Christian, you must fully equip yourself. How do you equip yourself as a Biafran to fight these demons? Like he said to them, he said, put on the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, the belt of truth, the shoe preparation of the gospel, the word of God, which is the sword of spirit, and the helmet of salvation. Now, the implication in our fight as a people of Biafra is that when he said you should put on the breastplate of righteousness, he's telling you as a Biafran, as IPOB member, tell your people the truth. Stop lying. Our leader used to say, Anyana atoase. But I don't know if we have started to alase now. When our leaders start broadcasting, every day he tells us, Anyana atoase. All the audios are there. We do not lie. But there are people, they can lie more than devil. They lie more than additional and liar Muhammad. Most of you have forgotten. We are whiter than white. If you are an IPOB, you are a liar. You will fall. It's just a matter of time. You will fall, and that will be your end. You must guide yourself with the truth. I have walked among our people since 2014 to today openly. But I tell you, you can gossip me behind, but you can never fault me openly. Because by the time I present my case, you will be destroyed because you are a liar. But there are many of you are inside IPOB, you are gossiping. Oh, do you know Mazobi is destroying here? Oh, do you know that this brother is destroying here? Oh, do you know this guy is destroying here? And you and you think you will not fall? If you don't fall now, when they announce Biafra, you will fall. But it's not too late now that you are still alive. Put on the breastplate of righteousness. Stop lying. Put on the shield of faith. Many people are in IPOB. Many people are Biafra. They don't have faith. They believe it's going to be hard. Considering Britain and France and other world stealing from our, they're not going to let us go. Of course, we feel the same way. We think the same way. But we refuse to accept it. Never. 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 We will not accept it. Even when we are dying as a failure, we will see ourselves dying as a hero because this is who we are. Faith. We just don't know how it's going to end. It has started already, but we know it's going to end. And we are telling you it will end in our own terms. Just watch Nigeria is a matter of time. If you do not have this kind of faith, you won't last. Some of you are tired already. The thing is taking too long now, where we're going to stay on the side and watch. No, you don't stay on the side and watch. How do they speak that grammar? Is it consistency? Keep hitting it. Keep hammering it. Whatever you are called to do, keep doing it. You never know. And you must put on the belt of truth, like I said. The belt of truth. Be true to your calling. Some of you are coordinator. Some of you want to make contribution. Because somewhere along the line, you're going to contest for governor of Biafra land. If you have such thought in your mind, delete it. I swear to the Almighty God. If Biafra come today, even councillor, I can't work for the government. I cannot take any political appointment. And so if I'm here, say I'll be governor of Fabo, and then I'm a very hopeless idiot. A leader in Biafra land, God forbid. Men and women will stand and fight for their land. I could only ask for one thing. Remember me. Remember me. You must equip yourself with the shield, preparation of the gospel. Some people are IPOB principal officers. Some, their father name is Biafra, but they don't talk about Biafra. They tell you, oh, when you enter bus, don't mention Biafra, don't mention Biafra. But they don't see this is a sign of a conquered people. I will come and tell you, Omududu Alimi. Janja Wida Usafulani will come and tell you, Arewa, Arewa. And then somebody is telling me, oh, no, don't say Biafra, they will kill you, and you accept it. You can preach the gospel. But we are ready to tell ourselves the truth. That is who we are. I remember when I was arrested by DSS. They said, are you a Biafra? I didn't say, yes, I'm a Biafran, because I need to educate them. I said, depend on what you mean. He said, you understand what I said now? Are you a Biafran? I say, depend on what you mean. Because there's a difference between Biafra and Biafra. So which one are you saying? Because the last time I checked, in Nigeria, we have 3 nations trapped inside this zoo. You have Arewa, you have Ududuwa, and you have Biafra. If that is what you ask me, I am a Biafra. They look at themselves and they keep quiet. Am I not a Biafran? Am I Ududuwa? Am I Arewa? But of course, they can beat me, they can slap me, they can do what they want to. But I tell you the truth. We keep preaching the gospel. I will not forget that day they brought some Onyibe people to interview me because I told them I didn't go to school. That I didn't even finish primary 6. And after all, Buhari didn't go to school. They brought Onyibe. Their mind is to humiliate IPOB before them. And so you can imagine African rep. He didn't go to school. And then there are some Biafrans like idiot, I will not mention their name from Iruanya. In fact, her name is Cosmos George. They were saying, oh, Onyibe took our book. We wrote book. We gave Onyibe to give our leader. Onyibe is using it to broadcast on Radio Biafra. It's a common block model in the era. And they brought me and put camera. I said, you can imagine IPOB African rep. He's just Ogwaja. It's a common tout. Because I refused to write my statement. I told them I can't write. They should write for me. We are miscreant after all. And when they brought camera, they mounted it. I said, yes, who you say, who you be? Tell us. And then I will come say, you know, say now they can't go say, we can't they say make with the Biafra, we can't do Oshobe. That day, if you see all of them, their opinion about me change. When they don't mind the camera, position me like Agburu. If you see me, I be like Boko Haram. All my beers be like concrete. I look them and shake my head. And the Onyibe idiots ask me, yes, what is your name? I told him. What do you do in IPOB? I told him. He said, can you tell me anything about the 30th of May? What are you people trying to do on that day? I said, let me tell you. At the climax of the war, after Ojukwu has left as a result of the advice from our elders to ensure the survival of the remains of Biafrans, General Philip Effiong took the leadership and the government of the Biafran state and handed it over to Nigeria. And from that very day onwards, those who died for nothing, and nothing is said about them. Although Nigeria moved ahead to introduce a day known as the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, where they honor and remember those who killed our father and mother. And not even a monument is built to honor those who died because of Biafra. We remember the Yanopaja bomb or Ikeja bomb blasting. They built a monument to honor them in Yanojibu River there. We remember those who died in the plane. We remember the World Trade Center. We remember the Jewish Holocaust, among others. These people are remembered, but over 10 million Biafran who died, Nigerians say they will not be remembered. Nigeria of Yoruba and Hausa say they will not be remembered. And that is what IPOB is here to remember. All of them pause. Is he speaking Greecish and not speaking Englishish in the ara? That is when interviews stop. Maybe by now you would have seen it on BBC and CNN. How they say, you know, we are all shobering. As we were all shobering. You must be ready to preach the gospel of the truth. And the word of God, Biafra, is his spirit, which is the sword of the spirit. Look at Yoruba, look at Hausa, look at Fulani, look at Saboto, and mention Biafra. Just mention Biafra and watch their countenance change. And tell me you are not carrying sword of the spirit there. Okay, more. And finally, to be able to fight this battle, you must. And the only place to be born again as Biafra is join IPOB. That is why every day, when we are telling you, look for IPOB closer to you and join, we are asking you to be born again. The helmet of salvation. Because a day will come, we will ask you, are you a member of IPOB? Join before it is too late for you. You must be born again to win devil in the battle of Christianity. And in this battle for the survival of Biafra, you must join IPOB. You must, or else you will not enter the kingdom of Biafra. And to copy it off, you are a Biafran, you are yet to identify with IPOB, do it before it's too late. Look for IPOB family closer to you and join. You're finding it difficult to do that. Send us your name, your phone number, and your location. I can assure you that the nearest coordinator will contact you. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, Biafra all the way. At this moment, like I said earlier, you are Biafran anywhere across the globe. You are yet to identify with IPOB family. I'll advise you for the interest of the Biafra nation, for the interest of our children yet unborn, the next generation of Biafra. We must leave a legacy behind for them, and we can't do it alone. All of us have to do that. Send us your name. Forget about what you think you are, intellectual, Urubu, Saint Urubu, Reverend Father, anything you think you are, or God more, just push it aside. Biafra first. Send us your name, your phone number, your location. Your name, your phone number, your location to our WhatsApp line, which is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971 is our direct line. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614 is the special number for the female. And of course, at this moment, our lines are open. Make no mistake about it. We are not here to conquer anybody. We are not here to dominate anybody. We are here to ensure that the sovereign state of Biafra is restored and our life is given back to us, because it has been taken from us, that as we were in the beginning, that we might also be the same way in the end. Can you hear me, caller on WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Hello, George. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
From here, God is faithful. Go ahead, please.
All right. This is Daniel Chukwemeka. I'm calling from Enugu. I've sent my information through the WhatsApp, and I was expecting someone to call me. But up to date, nobody has called me, sir. Okay. No, it's true, yeah. All right. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Take care. Bye. Yeah.
Biafrans across the globe, you must understand that if we fail to save our life, we cannot blame anybody, and nobody will save us. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Good morning.
Good morning from you. Go ahead, please.
I'm from Imo State, but I'm here in Germany. So I just want to ask you some questions. I have 2 questions to ask you. Number one is I came to notice. Number one, during those days in our forefathers, I see whenever they do their Ogomo finish, they say Eha. They say you will live long, Eha. This one you will live long, Eha. But this time when I see people saying Ise, I didn't understand what exactly the meaning of Ise stand for. Ise is number 5 in number. So I want you to clarify me in this Ise that people say in this our modern time now. And the second question I have is, you said that let us be a member of IPOB. But here in München, in Germany, the national coordinator is scattering what we are doing here in Germany. He is an unknown entity. He don't know anything. He just grabbed the position.
I will not want you to curse him. Why I say so is because whatever is wrong, at the end of the day, both of you are going to reconcile. And if you or he sees you as calling him non-entity unnecessarily, it's going to affect your relationship with him later on. I understand he may not have been able to meet with your demands, but I would say because of future relationship, because at the end of the day, we fight for all of us to win. You just table your complaint. I know he's listening and he's going to respond and make amends when necessary. And that is if he is guilty of what you are saying. And so I'm just saying, don't curse him now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you. But we have tried of several times to reconcile and to work together as a one, but he is bouncing on the whole of the thing. So in this kind of case, everyone is fed up. Okay. When he's not as a national coordinator, everything is moving well. Since this man took the position, everything went astray.
Now, this is what I will advise you to do now, because the more you continue to complain, you're going to become emotional. I understand. Now, this is what you will do. In as much as you have a German national coordinator, he's still under the European rep. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I want you to officially write to the European rep and say, these are the challenges we are facing, and I want you to look into it. Be rest assured, you will attend to this matter.
Yep. I have called European ref on my phone. I have wrote to him on my WhatsApp.
Don't call
several
them.
times.
Don't call them. Write to them. And when you are writing to them, look for their Facebook Messenger. Don't write to them even on WhatsApp, because sometimes it will explain. When I deal with people when it comes to IPOB issue, I write to them on Facebook Messenger because they may deny tomorrow. Make it official. I didn't say just chat with them. Make it official. This is a nation. Tomorrow we will give account of what we have done. I hope you understand. Don't talk to him as your friend. He could be your town man. It really doesn't matter. I say write to him officially and say, these are my stance. These are my challenges. I really wish you to look into it. And you keep reminding him. And I tell you, you will get justice. And then for the first question you ask, Ise and the rest of it. Now, understand, the Igbo will speak. It's not the same. I don't say Ise. Abo people don't say Ise. And that Ise is not 5. That is not what it means. We say Ise. We say Ise. Abo say Ise. If you say Okarene ma, Ogadenege ma, we say Ise. And then you go to the next community, they say Ise. But it's not 5, because 5 in Abo dialect is Ise, Ise. Ise, and 5 in Igbo dialect, or of course, let's say Central Igbo, is Ise. And that Ise, if you pronounce both of them closely and monitor your spirit, you see they're not the same sound. And what I'm trying to say in effect is that Ise is not 5. Ise depends on your language and intonation of your people, your community. It all have to do by the level of their advancement in terms of their ability to manufacture language. Manufacturing of language is one of the most advanced mathematical formula which the colonial master are destroying. It is not easy to manufacture a means of communication. They came, every community in Africa had their own languages because these people were mathematically equipped. They crush all the languages in order to get all the truths in what we do, what we see, who we are. And then they reduce us to English or French. So either you are Francophone, Anglophone, or Arabiaphone. What I'm saying in effect is that the general meaning of Ise is so shall it be. So shall it be. So shall it be. Anything outside that, it is no longer Ise. So when they pray and they say Ise, it is say as it is said, so let it be written, and so let it be done. I hope I'm clear there.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi. We must continue from there. This is Radio Biafra, extra for the avoidance of doubt. We are involved in a warfare. We are fighting. This is serious fight. Psychologically, we are fighting. Spiritually, we are fighting. We are fighting in every way imaginable and known to men. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Good morning from here. Go ahead, please. Your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Hello?
You are go ahead, please. And I think that should be a network problem.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear.
Then you go ahead. If you can hear me, call on WhatsApp. You hold on for me, please.
My name is Charles. I'm calling from Aba.
Go ahead, please.
I want you to ask the person to tell you the meaning of a name.
The meaning of what? But of course, I lost that caller. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good morning from here.
Good morning, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, how are you doing?
God is faithful.
Okay, my name is Joseph Atugoshu. I'm calling from Austria. I'm a coordinator for my state in Austria here. Please, okay, first of all, I thank you for your good job that you are doing for BIAFRANS. God bless you, bless your family. What I want to say is because of the last call that call, as talking about national coordinator for wherever he is. First of all,
don't worry. Don't worry about the guy. He has made a mistake. He acknowledged he made a mistake. He just needed help. He was suffocating, and now he knows what to do. I know the national coordinator of Germany very well, and he's one of the men I have high respect for. But each to his own opinion, and I would not want us to discuss about him. Our brother who said so was in pain. Maybe he was misunderstood. It's bound to happen. But I think we can all learn from these mistakes and then we move ahead. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your good job. Continue.
Thank you, my brother. Biafra. We must continue. Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning, Ada. Go ahead, please.
My name is Hello, Ada. I'm making it.
What is that? What did you say? Osu. Now, the truth about our culture when it comes to that issue, we will not treat it on this segment, but there is Osu. There is what is known as Osu. But the interpretation of Osu these days has been destroyed. They don't even know what it is. I can assure you 100 people saying, oh, Osu, Osu, Osu. They don't even know what is Osu. Go and find out from them and ask them, why do they give them chieftaincy title like Osuji among the rest? They exist, but I will not discuss about it on this segment. So, in fact, one of these days, by the grace of God, God willingly, we will look at the study of Osu. Somebody is rewriting our history and telling us what they know nothing about us, and we know who they are. Thank you very much. Thank you. You see, my girl.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our people must understand we are involved in a war. We are fighting with academians. We are fighting with illiterates. We are fighting with Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, Miati Allah, fighting with saboteur, physically, spiritually. Unbelievable. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Mazi, good morning.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Yesterday from Istanbul. Such a it's a payment program.
But I didn't see you didn't write to me because I look forward to it.
Something WhatsApp. When I WhatsApp for day.
When I went through the WhatsApp, I didn't see it. But having said that,
okay,
just write. I want to talk to you. Just write it and then I'll follow it up.
Okay, I'm going forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on the line.
Good morning, my lord.
Yeah, Geneka, good morning from here.
Yeah. Bless you. And bless our leader. My name is Geneka. I'm calling from Enugu province of Biafra land. I want to thank you for this good work you are doing. I want to thank our leader and I want to thank VIPOB and all the hardcore. At this time is very, very critical. I could see, that if you look very, very well, you know that all these things you are saying, we are in a war, a very great war more than the one that we fought in 1960. That all of us died that will come back again to fight this war. We are fighting both bad people and the pretenders. The worst is now that they are changing to be pretending. They will come out and say something that they have fought vigorously inside. They will come out and start saying another thing in the physical. So this is another thing that is coming up now. And this one, if we did not tackle it now, it will try to shift IPOB standard. But Kokadeva will not allow them. They are coming up now to be like, if they come out, they will pretend that they are good, that they never did anything like evil to us, they never concord with you country to kill IPOB, to destroy us, they will even deny that they never put me in prison. They will say it's the one man that is standing on their major road that put me in prison 2 times. This is what is coming up. If you see what they are carving now with, everyone will be saying, this one, I never knew, I am not in the position, I didn't do this, they did this to my people. They are trying to use intelligence, but they don't know who we are. They don't know how we prepared. That's what our leader always tell them, but they don't understand. They don't know how we prepared. We will tackle them. Whichever way they come up with, whatever they go, all these saboteurs are changing now. They are changing to become a good people. They are changing to for people to clap at them and say, you see what I was telling you, that this man is good, this one is good, another one is good. All these shouting governors and Igbo, whatever they call themselves. And all those people that connived with Nigeria people to kill us, they are now wanting to be denying it in a way that after all, some people, the gullible ones that they have always deceived, with congratulating them that they never did evil. But you see those evil they did, it will come up, it will choke them on their neck. I've told them. The thunder that will strike Ohanese big brother would. I think I don't think this Ohanese Igbo is still one though. Because the way he talks in the video that I saw means that maybe their own part is different from another one. Maybe they are not the same anymore. Because if it's still the Ohanese that the one that we went and scattered in the handshake across Niger the other year, I don't think they are still one like that. This is what they try to do in the IPOB, but those things refer back to them. Now they are divided. This one will follow this one. This one will follow this one. That is what will follow them until we get Biafra and show them the door where they will follow and meet their Abajiri, and there's so much love in the North. Make a care watch and bless our leaders. I know that IPOB all over the world are hearing me, and they have made up their mind to tackle this issue, because this is another shock, because they will be doing those things. Then some gullible ones will be following them that they are good people from day one. They are not good people. They are not. They never find our good. If they did, we would not have been staying in this evil country till this time around. May Chukwu bless you, my Lord.
Thank you very much.
Keep praising.
We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Onyibe. I'm calling from Anambra in Biafra land. I want to use this opportunity to thank you. It's not easy. You have been motivating people all over the Biafra land. I want to thank you so much. It's not easy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. We must continue. Our people must remain focused and understand that we are involved in war. It is going on already. Are you there? Caller on the line.
Onyibe, good morning.
Yes, good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Onyibe, they're calling from Aba. My brother, I thank you very much for what you are doing. I'm happy, so happy for almost more than 2 weeks now. Whenever I'm calling radio, it will not be picked. But by the grace of Chukwu Kadama, I keep on keeping on. Yesterday night, day first day, I keep on trying. By the grace of Chukwu Kadama, I'm connected now, sir. Onyibe, as you can see, I wanted to contribute when he was teaching about our culture and the root and the herbs he has given to us. But unfortunately, some of our people threw the will of our enemies, because when you have original material in your house and the enemy walks into your house and tell you that the original material you have is fake, and they carry the original one you have and dash you the fake, and you are battling with the fake, and the fake cannot be able to give you the main thing that the original one used to give you, you should know that what that your enemy has given to you is fake. But our people was given fake religion, and they did. My brother, let me tell you, we are suffering today. What Fulani people are using against almost the whole Africa today is because they retain their culture. If it did not happen, if minus that, our people disappointed themselves by dropping their culture and follow what we go bring to us. What we are passing through today, we couldn't have passed through it. If you can be able to gather ourselves together, and they know the most important thing is knowing where you are coming from. When you know whom you are, you can be able to know what to do. to enable you be in the position you're supposed to be. But our people forsake the original way, which is the foundation of our origin, and we are running after what the man that come and take away the glory of Chukwu Kadiam upon our families, upon our life, upon our generation is, and they give us what is not. What we are battling today is because we have backslided from our. We have many things here that you could have been using to protect ourselves. There's nothing like police. There's nothing like army to protect you. There's human being like you cannot give you protection, but it's only Okike. And with that, you must attract that the power of Okike to enable you to be protected. Or Tommy is crying today that and the people. Well, last 2 minutes ago, that time Radio Biafra was not talking here because people that are controlling our media, our signal provider, is whenever they like, they on it. If they don't like, they don't even care about people that are dying because of whenever Radio Biafra is not on in Aba. I feel like I don't know what is going on. But since by 15 minutes after 6, they on our signal provider in Aba, I started listening to Radio Biafra this morning. They on it when they wish, they off it when they wish, and because of that, it's a sabotage to our struggle. It's an act of sabotage to our struggle. I don't know what
Thank you very much.
They should come. It is not good. It's very, very unfair.
You see.
We should stand and they work and they do what we should do to make sure that we go back to our origin. When we go back to our origin, other things will be additional to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm here. My Reverend. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Chisom Ejike from Malaysia, calling from Malaysia.
Go ahead.
Please. Okay. I want to say something that I saw yesterday on paper about ex-governor of Anambra State, Chief Ezife. I want to make him clear for him to understand because he made a statement in the newspaper that if it will take the Biafrans, the Igbo, to go on their knee to beg the Hausas and to beg the Yorubas to give them 2023, that they will do it. I want to make him to understand that a man of that age, what are you looking for now? What you are looking for now is a political position you want them to give you. And you have never asked yourself, these people you people are ruling, their children, where are their children? Every year your children are in abroad. Whatever for them. And you want your children to be relevant tomorrow, then our own children to be a miscreant that they are calling us today, calling us terrorists. Do you think that errand happened in this and this situation? It cannot take place again. You have told a liar. You are a big liar. I say it without no apology. With your age and degree hair on your head, not in that again. Because you guys are not speaking for us again. If you at your age but you don't even know whether you will reach 2023. You don't know whether you will die today or tomorrow. Stop using our names again. Tell them that you and your family will bow down for them, for your political position, not we. Don't use our name again. You are not speaking for us. A time shall come. They are calling these people Boko Haram. When our own will start, what Boko Haram are doing are small. We will start from you people. As you people are selling us day and night, we will start from you people. Do you people think that here we are? Well, are we happy? Are we happy? Are we happy? We are not happy for one day. You people are using what belongs to us for your own selfish interests. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You people should stop that rubbish. Boko Haram are bombing people. When will we start? I don't know how it will be. I don't know how it will be. Onyibe, I stop here. May God bless you. Let them keep doing what they are doing.
Very much. Caller on the line.
Hello.
Good morning from here.
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Hello, Onyibe. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
I thank you for your good work. I thank for our director, Nnamo De Carlo. And I thank for Uche Mefo. Onye nke si na agaghị ahụ na corruption batara na struggle ya. Ana m ekele gị nke ukwuu. N'eziokwu, topic dị na-ewepụta ebe ọ na-atọ m ezigbote obi ụtọ mgbe niile n'oge niile. Biko, enwere egwu m chọrọ ịgụtụ. Kulie ụmụ Biafra, kulie, kulie n'oge ruwe, kulie, oge ruwe ka o si eru, oge ruwe ka o si eru. Mgbe ndị Juu na-agaghị arahụ n'abalị, mgbe ndị IPOB ga-abata n'ọrụ, ọnọ ncheru aka bụ Nnamdi Kalu kwuo okwu ka ike daa. Onye ụmụ Biafra na-eruwere isi, onye ndị IPOB na-eruwere isi. N'eziokwu, ana m asị ụmụ Biafra bulienu n'ụra karịchaa ndị Imo steeti. Ndị Imo steeti bulienu n'ụra maka na oge erukwela. Ugbu a anya ndị Hausa niile, anya ndị Juu niile dịzi n'ebe Imo steeti nọ. Ya mere m ji asị ndị Imo steeti bulienu n'ụra maka na oge dị ugbu a na ihe a na-achọ ime n'Imo steeti bụ ịbịa kpugide anyị. Biko, ana m asị unu bilienu n'ụra. Ugbu a bụzi mgbe mmadụ na-anọsi ihe a gbasaghị m Imo steeti, ọ gbasakwa n'ọnụ. Ndị abụ m onye aha m bụ Ada dị mma. Aha m bụ Ada dị mma. Abụ m onye aka ọkwa. Onye Owere aka ọkwa, amachara Owere aka ọkwa. Ana m agwa ndị aka ọkwa bilienu n'ụra. Ugbu a bụzikwa mgbe mmadụ na-ehi ụra n'oge dị ugbu a. Bulienu, onye na-ababeghị IPOB ga-abanye IPOB. IPOB bụ ụgbọ nzọpụta egerekwe n'oge onye ọbụla batara n'ime ya. Maka na oge na-abịa mgbe a ga-asị, ị ga-asị achọrọ m ịba IPOB, nwe onye mazi maka gị. Bulienu n'ụra ugbu a na Imo steeti na-agbazi gara gara. Ụnụ nọ na mmiri na-erunu ma ụnụ onwekweghị onye ọ gbasara. Ị gaghị asị na enweghị ihe gbasara IPOB anụnwa. Maka na ugbu a mgbe m na-agagharị na be niile n'eziokwu, ndị aka ọkwa ụnụ nọrọ ụra bulienu n'oge eruo na ụnụ nọ na mmiri ama ụnụ, ọ ga-enye ụnụ ezigbote nsogbu. George Onyibe, adị m ekele gị nke ukwuu. Esi m from Aba were na-akpọ. Biko, ihe n'okwu niile ị na-ewepụta ebe a banyere ịlachiga baakị n'ọnọdụ anyị mbụ. N'eziokwu, anyị m ahụta ihe ya n'oge dị ugbu a. Ihe ya dị. Anyị amaghị na anyị nọbụ n'ọkụ na-anwụ for nothing. N'otu ugbu a, Nnamdi Kalu mepere anyị anya, anyị mara ebe anyị kwụ. Maka na ọ bụrụ na Nnamdi Kalu mepere anyị anya, n'eziokwu nwere ike mgbe a gana na-enwusi nsi, mana taa mgbe m nọ na Maazị Onyibe, ana m ekele gị, jisi ike n'ọrụ nke ukwuu. Chukwu oke abịama gọzie gị ụtụtụ ehihie n'abalị mgbe niile n'oge niile n'aha Chukwu oke abịama. Ise.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Of course, at this moment, we are inching closer to the end of this broadcast. Our people must remain focused. Caller on the line. Are you there? Monitoring spirit. Go ahead.
The heart of this project can never be we know that Amadio has no problem. BIAFRANS all over the world make sense. Our leader said, if the last option given to us to restore Biafra is by violence, then every living thing in the zoo must be destroyed. All the animals must be destroyed. And listen, every Biafran all over the world, trust, what the power, as long as you are a living human being. Go to Job chapter 8. Job chapter 8. Read it from 1 to 10. If you are whatever you call yourself, a prophet, whatever you call yourself, you are more than Job. I myself, I have suffered more than Job. Chapter 8. That is whom we are. The children of Tukotikabia, that bears the name of Tukotikabia. If not by the grace of our name, we would have gone. But this Taliban, you cannot reach the land of God. Now, Biafra, listen. Go back to yesterday's broadcast of Onyibe. Go back to our roots. He said, they are even manipulating the power to seize the air. You can imagine how dangerous. And we are speaking. You are speaking a language that you cannot even understand. Now look at how they are doing it. Tomorrow, they will form that particular. They will put it as a language. That is a meaning that our children will become forever. I am a canal. We have dangerous people on this earth. So, if you are using the power of the God of the land of Biafra to intimidate the Biafran people, today you are God. Don't stop the one. It is Tukotikabia who created every power and said all power is heaven and earth and be bestowed upon whom? Mazen the Kano, who spoken more. Mazen the Kano, I cannot see a prison. Yes, but I got we are going to see important. They said they will take about that translation. You remember Moses, when fighting against Malachi, when he raised his hands up, the people of Israel will be winning. When his hands go down, hey, oh no, you people know how they do. Let us. Every Biafran don't help you. We can stop this not by violence because the people are they want everything. I don't want to use my hands in blood. I hate it. But if the last son, one man over one mother, more money than on Ikuku, money than on Allah, money than on Osu, money than the couple of the God has sold the power of then you know Allah Biafra what I do for money loan and a cotana. On your full apparatus, Boma, your Zositano, but the tower, I forgot to be. I got back up on your mamma, I have walked. Here, he needs a good matter with Padova. In the time I may pay out not the mission down and I said, wherever you go, they got happy and it's not a law. I look at them, tempted to care for instance, I can only, but don't need that say all to my bag and not you. We are asking it. The environment I live knows that I am my own king. They will use it and remember me. The truth remains that was destiny can never be can be delayed. I must get my destiny from my leader. It's only Onyinakam, Biafra
Thank you very much, and this is where we draw the curtain for this segment. I truly appreciate those of you who took your time to call in. Sincere apology to those of you I cannot receive their call at this moment. Having said that, our message is simple. What we want is our freedom, and everywhere in the world they understand what we are here for. Goodbye, as I sign off from here. Do have a wonderful day.
This one no be maza maza.